because I've got to go to Mass soon. It is the first day of January, the first day of the year, the new year, 2022. And it's rainy and gross outside, a little too warm for this time of year. Obviously, the tree's still up, not going down till Friday. I think Friday's the 6th. So I will be denuding it of ornaments and probably just taking everything down slowly throughout this week. But anyway, it's kind of sad, and yes, I do. Hey, how you doing, Lady Sandy? I do get the post-Christmas blues. I don't like taking it down. It makes me sad. Always has, always will. Anyway, so I got pork braising in what they call it. It's a Trog's Mad Elf beer, and it's an ale or something like that. That this local Pennsylvania brewery makes. So I am using it for. I wanted to do prime rib. Hubby wanted pork and kraut. Hubby won. I am gonna get some prime rib though because I am dying to make it the right way. Anyway, because I'm a better cook than the person who made it for us before. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit about Boba Fett. I've been watching a lot of videos, Star Wars theory. Look, there are shill channels, and then there are you gotta be kidding me channels, and he's going into the you gotta be kidding me channels. He's not thinking clearly about what's really going on. Excuse me. Let's talk about the word daimyo. Hey, Mad. Oh, I'm doing fine, Lady Sandy. I'm tired. I had a lot of champagne last night. So there are parts of my body that are in full rebellion today, and I'm exhausted because I didn't get to bed till like 1:30. I never stay up that late ever. I mean, I used to stay up till midnight almost every night, watching movies, and I don't anymore. But it's really hard to watch movies in this house because of where the TV is. I don't like it in the great room, but the library's the library. So there you go. And we haven't gotten the basement done yet. And now, I remember I told you guys we are gonna get the basement done. We wanted to. We started looking at builders and contractors, and really tried to get a line of credit. Turns out they don't want to give lines of credit to anybody right now. So thanks Joe Biden, fucker. But we will eventually get the basement done. In fact, honestly, I'm thinking about getting a big TV, getting a desk thing, putting the TV on there, getting some other things to make it feel like, and able to watch physical media. Because I at least have that down there. But anyway, we'll have to talk about that. But anyway, back to Book of Boba Fett. The word daimyo. You guys know what a daimyo is? DAIMYO. Okay. Put a one in the chat if you don't know. Eck, Sandy. I hate doing that. That's like I put on heavy metal and try to go as fast as I can then. I hate deep cleaning. Hi David. First time here, I guess. Does anybody know what a daimyo is? Put a one in the chat if you don't, or if you do. All right. A daimyo, I'm going to tell you anyway. A daimyo was a Japanese feudal landlord. and they basically weren't the top boss. The shogun or whoever, like, however they, whoever they, called their, top dog in that. Oh, is that a Ohio? Is that what? Hey, hey, Nutter, how you doing? It was a great time last night. It was great talking to you. A daimyo worked for the main guy. Okay, so he's not he was not the main top dog. I mean, we'll say he is an earl, but the earl answers to the duke, who answers to the king. Okay, we'll say that's how it kind of set up. They kept using that word daimyo to FETT. So I suspect we are going to get somebody from. Oh, okay. All right, Mickey. We're probably going to get somebody from the EU. Boba Fett, we're talking about, David, or somebody like that. I don't think we're going to see, despite what some people think, because they're just so fucking stupid. I don't think we're going to see anything from. Hey, Trayla. I don't think we're going to see anybody from the comic books. We're not going to see Queera, the rat-faced girl. I cannot stand Amelia Clark. Okay, I'm putting that out there right now. I hate her. We're not going to see her. We're probably going to see, because there are still Hutts out there, either we're going to see Boba have to go up against the Hutt clans and the Hutt, like, cartel and council, and we're going to see him go up against Prince Zizor, which there's been rumblings about bringing him into canon. I don't know, Sandy. I don't know. Maybe. I think she should. I mean, if they're brother and she's just his female persona, which is weird. Let me go back to what I was talking about. We could see Prince Izor again. There have been rumblings about him being recanonized. We could also see, hey Troy, yeah, Zizor would be cool. We could see, and I think we are going to see Talon Card. Now, getting your way back machines, set them back to 2018, 2019. There were stories out there. Robert Downey Jr. was in talks with Jon Favreau about coming to Star Wars. And we couldn't figure out who he was going to play. And I think the consensus was probably Talon Card. And he would be an excellent Talon Card. So maybe we'll see him. But there is somebody else, and I'm not talking about enemies. The fact of the matter is, the enemies I think Boba Fett is going to have, probably the other Hutts. See, here's what Jabba controlled. He controlled all the smuggling, all the illicit activities, and slavery on Tatooine, and he controlled the space lanes, the hyperspace lanes. And I'm gonna say that the Hutts, he probably had to reach all the way into the core of the center of the galaxy, because I can't imagine Jabba the Hutt not having his fingers involved in the narcotics trade, death sticks and spice running on Coruscant. Okay, I can't. So let's say like their cartels behave the same way the Colombian cartels do, or the Mexican cartels, or ISIS, or Al Qaeda. Okay, they're everywhere. Okay, so I would say there's a lot to Java's empire that never really was ever talked about. Okay, so that's basically what Boba Fett needs to control. All right, and he's got him, Fennec Shand, and two, heavyweight champion Gamorreans. That's it. But I don't think that the enemy is going to be somebody like Crimson Dawn. Um, I, I don't think we're going to see them anywhere in this. And if we do, it's not going to follow. It's going to follow what Jon Favreau wants to do with it. I do think we may see probably the other Huts, which I think would be cool. There's also a feeling out there after, I don't know if you guys saw the interview, but in late November, Danny Trejo was interviewed on Midnight's Edge by Polly and Robert Meyer Burnett. And he said something very interesting. So we might get Machete into Star Wars, because he said, we're working on something really big and I can't talk about it, it's secret. And he's talking about Robert Rodriguez. And I'm going, really? I know what it is. They give it away by saying it's a secret. Okay? If they didn't say anything, we wouldn't know. Okay, now we're all going, so that might happen. And the reason why I say that is because Lucasfilm is very secretive about, well, I don't know. Again, Mickey, you can't discount the fact that he said it's a secret, I can't talk about it. And really, the only studio out there that is like, doesn't want leaks is Lucasfilm under now Jon Favreau. And I'm going to say it right now, I think he's running the company. For all intents and purposes, he is the boss. And the reason why I say that is he's got the TV shows and now he's got the movies. So, if you honestly think that Kathleen Kennedy has anything to do beyond collecting a paycheck for her executive producer, I mean, she has to be an executive producer. That's the, Producers Guild rules. Okay, so she's getting money, but she doesn't have anything to do with it. She's not got any creative control. You'd see Boba Fett having a romance with the Tusken Raider's dog, if she had any way to, do anything about it. But anyway, so what I think is going to happen, because remember some of the trailers, they show the girl on the speeder bike. We saw that girl on a speeder bike. Don't know who she is, but it looks like a gang. And they set up a lot of different things. First off, Boba is going through very traumatic health issues because of the Sarlacc and the acid in its guts. Okay, he was breathing that shit in, too, by the way, which is why I took the breathing apparatus from the dead stormtrooper. So we got that. And also because of his injuries due to being stuck with the Tusken Raiders and not being allowed in anywhere where it was cool and comfortable for human beings. And you could see by his skin that he was burnt, dried out. You know, he was in rough shape. Okay. Then, so we got that. And we also got the emotional impact of all that. PTSD, which when the dreams and memories that are coming back, that's not, those are vivid, and those are memories, and that's kind of a symptom of being emotionally traumatized. Okay. I mean, would you want to wake up in a Sarlacc pit? No. Would you want to get out? Yeah. Would you be claustrophobic after? Hell yeah. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff going on there with him. We've got that. So we set that up. And then we've got these loose speeder bike gangs, swoop bike gangs, attacking moisture farmers and killing them and taking their water, setting their farms on fire. It's almost like Tatooine is reverted to Road Warrior, okay? And Boba witnesses that. So we're going to have that, I think, attended to. And then we've got, the vassals of Jabba probably really not wanting to follow along. They're probably waiting for another Hutt to show up, okay? Because you gotta remember, Tatooine is not that many parsecs away from Nal Hutta and Nar Shaddaa, okay? And that is Hutt. Nal Hutta is the Hutt home world, okay? So he's got the whole episode's a setup. But what I think is going to happen as we go along, we see him consolidate his power, and we still don't know why he wants to be a crime lord, okay? Why he wants, and it might just be out of revenge, okay? But there's going to come a moment when the New Republic is going to show up. And and this is a scenario I see happening. If they bring Han back, and they are, I would say Han goes to Tatooine to talk to Boba Fett as a representative of the New Republic. And basically tries to get Boba to help him get an introduction to Talon Karrde. Okay. I think we might be seeing something like that. It's just going to be very interesting to how this goes on, but there's a lot of story that has been set up. We've got him not physically at his best, Boba Fett, I mean. We've got Jabba's empire crumbling, and swoop bike gangs just, attacking for no reason. And they're probably not vassals. Okay? Here's the deal. Just because Bib Fortuna sat on Jabba's throne doesn't mean Bib Fortuna had any control of anything going on. There's a power vacuum. And what happens, it looks like to me, power vacuum was filled with a lot of chaotic, roving bands of punks and wannabe criminals. So I think he's going to have to kind of bring that down, okay? And I think we'll see him do that. In fact, there's a couple of hints in the trailers where you see something like that going on. Then, we've got the sit down with the vassals. You got the Trandoshans, the Aqualish, and others. who basically were Jabba's worker ants. They would go out and get him money. He would expect tribute. It's a racket, okay? They were part of it, all right? So we'll see that. And that meeting is going to be very interesting. And here's a little side note, because I got to go. Hold on, I've been on for 20 minutes. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Obi. What was I going to say? I think we're going to get more of a Godfather 2 feeling as this thing goes on. We'll also figure out what motivations Boba had. First off, we're seeing him survive. All right, those are what the flashbacks are. Then we see him starting to consolidate power, but we don't know why he's leaving the bounty hunting behind. You know, I look at it and think, you know, he's not the man he used to be. And the fact that at the last part of the show, he got attacked by attacked by those thugs that I think were sent by the mayor. He had to go back to the Bacta tank, and they put him in fully clothed. He's not the guy he used to be. Okay. In fact, I've said this before, I'll say this again, and I'll let you guys go. When you look at Return of the Jedi, and he's trying to fight Luke, he is not the guy we thought he was in The Empire Strikes Back. Okay. Luke is on his way to being a Master Jedi. Young, energetic, can do stuff Boba hasn't seen in decades. Okay. He's not up to it. So I think if there had been finished the fight with Skywalker, I think Skywalker would have killed him. And I think had Han not been blind, and they got into a good old fashioned tombstone type gunfight, Han would have killed him. Because Boba is, God, he's got to be at least 10 years older than Han Solo. Okay. And it depends on how clones age, but because he was an altered clone, he probably is naturally for a human being. But you start losing your edge. So I think that part of the reason why he's not bounty hunting anymore is because he realizes he just can't physically do it. Okay, so we got that. And then we got, hey, Carlos. So I think being a crime lord isn't as physically demanding. And from what I can tell, there's quite a few people he has deals he's got to square with. All right? That line about being left in the sand to die. That he's talking to somebody. He could be talking to Han Solo. In fact, I would not doubt it. But he also could be talking to anybody who'd been on the sail barge that ran off and never went back to see if anybody survived. Okay? There's something about this. Now, do I think he's going to try to get revenge on Han? No, I don't. I think that ship has sailed. I think we're looking at a different Boba Fett. I think it's going to be let bygones be bygones. Because, again, all these shows are tied together. And I believe that what the ending is going to look like is probably going to be a feature movie. Okay? And it's probably going to be everybody we saw, all the stories tied up in one little package. Here you go. And it's going to be tied to Han, Luke, and Leia and the New Republic. And I said this before, I'll say this again. I think Grand Admiral Thrawn is going to end up probably making a deal with Skywalker and Leia and Han, because I think Moff Gideon is the true bad guy. Okay, he was revealed to be the true bad guy, and whatever he's doing with those clones, and of course, rival warlords. Okay, Thrawn doesn't want to share his spot with a little Moff. He's a Grand Admiral. Okay, the Alliance, the New Republic, probably would like to get away from fighting all the time and try to consolidate their own power base and get the galaxy back on an even keel. Now remember, in the EU, they divided the galaxy, which I do not believe would be that hard to conceive of the way this is going. And well, his super troopers, those were droids. I mean, Luke, let's put it this way, 2 or 3 Jedi could end that real quick, because Luke went through a whole platoon of them like hot knife through butter. He was just, they were gone. So I think that there's going to be a meeting of the minds. And I think Thrawn is going to end up taking his place in one part of the galaxy and the New Republic taking their place, and there's going to be a peace. Kind of like a Cold War going on. Because I think it goes into what Ahsoka's going to be doing. The World Between Worlds, she's looking for Thrawn. And it wouldn't surprise me that everybody is looking for Thrawn. Okay, anyway, I gotta go because I gotta get to Mass and get my parking spot. So I will see you guys later, and have a great New Year's Day, what's left of it. And I'll see you guys around the galaxy.